Welcome everybody to the Donington Decider, where Intelligent Money British GT champions will be crowned on Sunday. We've gathered this weekend's 29 entries together, as well as the 7 title contenders for a walk up the pit lane. And we've got 2 title contenders down here to start with. First and foremost, the championship leading Mercedes AMG. That's Ram Racing's, of course, Ian Loggy, 2-time Pro-Am champion. He starts with a 24.5 point lead in the overall standings, ahead of Barwell's Lamborghini, shared by Sandy Mitchell and Adam Ballon, perennial title contenders. Sandy, of course, champion in 2020, but as I say, 24.5 points off the lead. Ian only needs to finish 5th on Sunday in order to wrap up the championship, regardless of what his rivals manage. Barwell, meanwhile, can finish 1st or 2nd and win the championship, but they do have a 15-second success penalty. We're going to try and cycle through some of the cars, so we won't necessarily talk about all of them, but we will talk about the championship contenders. And here is the GT4 championship leading Aston Martin. Newbridge, the combination of Matt Topham and Darren Turner, could become the first Pro-Am crew to win GT4 outright since 2016 this weekend. They start with a 12.5 point lead over Stella's Audi, which we'll get to in a bit. They do have the full 20-second success penalty for winning at Brands Hatch, but as a Pro-Am crew, they do serve less time in the pits compared to the Silvers, so it's going to be a bit topsy-turvy when it comes to pit stop time after about an hour. As I say, we're going to go past some of the cars that you will have seen throughout the season, and we get onto Stella's Audi. As I say, 12.5 points off the GT4 championship lead, Richard Williams and Senan Fielding. They have a 15-second success penalty for finishing 2nd at Brands Hatch, as well as the 26-second silver time in the pit. So lots of work for those guys to do in order to topple Topham and Turner. On we go. Past a couple of Greystone cars. You would have seen the second of those for the first time at Brands Hatch. And a newcomer to the championship this weekend. This is the Orange Motorsport McLaren. Wrapped up the GT Cup title last weekend with Simon Orange and Michael O'Brien. Michael, a race winner and a championship contender with us in 2020, you might remember. On we go, past Century's GT3 and GT4 BMWs. 76 McLaren. Motus One's Mercedes, which debuted at Brands Hatch, but we didn't see the best of that car after its practice accident. And on to another of the GT3 title contenders. It is, of course, the only fans Enduro Motorsport McLaren. 34 points behind Marcus Clutton and Morgan Tilbrook. They have to win on Sunday in order to have any chance of overturning Loggy's championship lead. Past 2 Mustangs this weekend. Academy have got the 2nd car out, and it features, among others, Will Moore, who won here 12 months ago, not in the championship fight this time around. Past Nearies, who of course were unlucky at Brands Hatch, lost that race on the penultimate lap, but have been their only British GT win came here at Donington last year. Past Fox's McLaren, a winner this year, and then on to another of the GT4 title contenders, the 3rd and final GT4 title contender, I should say. It's R Racing's Aston Martin of Jamie Day and Josh Miller. These guys could become the youngest combined crew ever to win a British GT title on Sunday, but only if they manage to overturn a 20.5 point deficit. They don't have a success penalty, unlike the other 2 GT4 title contenders, but do have the 26 seconds in the pits. Past Brit, and then on to 2Cs and the end of the line. First and foremost, a 2Cs car that remains in championship contention. 33 points off the lead is Lewis Williamson and James Cottingham. They don't have a success penalty, just like Ian Loggy, but they are 33 points behind. They must win in order to have any chance. And then finally, a second 2Cs entry this weekend. They've had rolling race-by-race entries this year. This one features Graham Davidson and 16-year-old Aaron Walker, who I believe is the youngest driver to ever race in British GT3. They're your 29 cars, they're your 7 contenders. We are live on Sky Sports F1 as well as SRO's YouTube channel for qualifying on Saturday, and then of course the race, which begins at 1 PM on Sunday. We hope you can join us.